Welcome guys to John's Football Channel. I hope all of you are doing well. Very poor day at the office for France. Very slow, very one-dimensional for them. Unfortunately, France lost 2-0 tonight. Let's get into the lineups. Obviously, we had for Spain, they had Simmons in goal, Cucurella as a left back, Laporte, Crosby as a centre backs, Pedro Porro on the right, and then in the midfield they went with Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, and then ahead of them they went with Alex Baena, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, and then Uzabal as the Spain striker. And then for France they went with Mike Mignon, Jules Koundé as the right back, Upamecano and Saliba as the two centre backs, Luis Digne as the left back. Ahead of them, they went with Tchouaméni and Rabiot as the CDMs to protect the back line. And then ahead of them, they went Dembele, Olise, Barcola, and Kylian Mbappe. Actually, thinking from minute one, we basically saw very I would say very a game where Spain was you clearly see. I think it was more of Spain. Spain more no. Okay, we'll be chilling. We'll take it easy. We'll catch you eventually. But it was for France on the other hand. They were more okay. Let's get this ball and run. That's their own mentality. Let's get this ball and let's find through balls. And I think for most of us, for me personally, I saw that as well. I just saw that that's exactly what France would do. But yes, there's a right time and right moment for every situation. And I think for France, their only mentality was just to run. And obviously that cannot be the case. I mean, if you've played football, you can't just run with the ball and run into traffic. There needs to be a reason that you're doing something. You can't just do something for the sake of doing it. And I think that's exactly what France thought today. They thought they're just going to outrun Spain. And it was going to be a very easy day at the office. They were just going to go and collect a win and then go into the final. And clearly Spain today taught them a lesson, taught all these youngsters, the likes of Kylian Mbappe, the likes of Barcola, the likes of Doué, the likes of Tchouaméni, that's not how big teams actually operate. And clearly it was shown, obviously with Luis Digne also having a very poor day at the office, a very poor game from him. He ends up receiving the ball, I think, from one of his players over the top. From right back, I think it was from right back to left back, and that ball was bouncing. And then he ended up trying to turn to actually clear the ball because he probably knew there was someone was coming, but he didn't know that someone was already there as soon as he was about to kick the ball, and he ends up kicking Lamine Yamal and ends up having a penalty. It is a question. Let me know down below what you guys think of the penalty. Was it really a penalty? I mean, yes, there was contact with the arm leading into the ball. Does that apply to a handball situation? So I suppose it could go either way. Me personally, I think for referees, if it's not clear and obvious that it's actually definitely a pen. But I would say this is probably a 70% of penalty compared out of 100. So I'm more swaying on that side that it is a penalty compared to it isn't. But I just think with situations where it's not clear and obvious, with 100% that's, I mean, we do know that Luis Digne wasn't even looking at Lamine Yamal, so can you even deem it as a penalty? But like I'm saying, that if it's not clear and obvious, can you actually give a penalty just out of the blue? I do suppose that it does open both teams. It does make it more interesting. I would say that as a referee, probably the referees do try and initiate something where one team is running for it and actually creating end-to-end football. I suppose if that goal if it was not a free kick or a penalty for Spain, it would probably be a bit more tighter than we would have seen. But anyway, Spain did end up getting the goal. A very good penalty from Oyarzabal. The penalty, it was a bit low where he thought that the shot would actually be taken, and he ends up hitting it in the side nettings, and a very easy and very good goal from him to make it 1-0 for Spain, leading the line. And then as soon as we saw the second half, we know there was some substitutions for France, trying to change the game around. The one thing I think was a very big mistake from Deschamps. He'll end up bringing certain players on for other players. I think the likes of Barcola did come off, but I think he wasn't doing the best of games, but he didn't have the worst as well. I think Dembele, in a sense, I know you can't take off your best players, but Dembele was one of the players who should have came off on this night. I think it's a similar situation where, like Ronaldo for Portugal, you know that the player is not doing as well as he should or he can, and you know there's someone else on the bench that can do better. And I think those are the times of you need to make those big calls. And it was just, for example, a very, very big indicator as what happened against with France now. Not taking off Dembele. Dembele did absolutely nothing the whole game. And now you end up keeping him on for 90 minutes and end up bringing other players on and off for one another where had decent games, decent performances. And you would just think to yourself, had these players been playing with each other? But that clearly was not the case. Clearly, Deschamps thought that Dembele should deserve to stay on, and nothing paid fruit from that. And then if you look at the 60th minute, we know that Pedro Porro ended up receiving had the ball towards the right hand side. He ends up looking at Daniel Olmo. He plays it towards him. He ends up making his run like a normal player should and create space. And he ends up making it 2-0 on the night. A very, very good goal from Pedro Porro. Very, very good goal from him. I think he hasn't done this. I don't think he has done as much in the Premier League. And it's very, very good to see that some of these Spurs players that are playing for one another at club football, quality about them, and actually do deserve to be playing at a higher rank than they currently are with Spurs. So yeah, not much was done after that. I mean, obviously 2-0, I think we all know it's a wraps. And if you did see my preview, I did mention about the worry I did have for France with Tchouaméni and Rabiot. I did think that they weren't the best of centre back CDMs to actually protect the back line. And in that second goal with Pedro Porro, that is a clear example where your CDMs need to be, and they need to be there in order to sweep up and actually ensure that there's no damage being done to your defense. And clearly they didn't protect their back line as much as they should have, and hence why they ended up losing this game. And I think I would like to mention that it's unfortunate N'Golo Kante. I mean, I don't think many people have mentioned this, but I think it's just unfortunate N'Golo Kante. It's probably his last World Cup. Probably the next one will be coming around when he's 39 years old. So I think it's just a wraps for him, and it's just unfortunate they didn't get much time to actually play much football for his country in this tournament. I think he came off the bench I think once or twice for his country. It's just unfortunate. I would think for most of us, I think we would have wanted to actually see him play a lot more football, and I think he would have done. I like to think that he would have been able to do a lot more better job than the likes of Rabiot and Tchouaméni for France in this game. So very, very fair play to Spain playing the way they did. They obviously did go with the formation of 4-1-4-1 basically. It was very, very surprising that Fabian Ruiz did actually play in this game with the likes of Daniel Olmo and Rodri. I didn't actually think that was actually possible. I thought just the likes of the pace and the team that France actually have, I think it was going to be very, very risky to play that type of football. But clearly, at the end of the day, it did pay off, and hence why France are going into the final now. And obviously playing Argentina or England. We'll have to see tonight's game and see what happens there. But I would like to think that I hope England go through. Obviously, we're supporting England because we know we come from the Prem. We're obviously supporting those type of players. So hopefully England do make it through to against Argentina. So yeah, guys, let me know what are your thoughts on this game. I clearly got this prediction completely wrong. I said 2-1 for France. Clearly it was 2-0 for Spain. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys think of this game and how do you guys see this game going for yourselves, and what are your thoughts that you would like to add on for this post review. So yeah, guys, stay tuned for the preview the preview to Argentina against England. That's going to be playing tonight. Peace.